Anthony making a good touch there on the line. Bit of depth here. Adrian Cush, captain for the men's 30s, fakes the switch, does a little X play. Queensland catches it and runs it out. It's kind of been one of the only set plays that have been going on here for these boys is that little X, which is you go to switch them under, but instead of giving it to them, you put a kick a little bit across for them. So New South Wales with the ball on the halfway. Captain with the ball now inside the 8 metre. Dummy half can't score. Goes for a little dish off to the link, but Queensland defence looking strong. They haven't quite been able to split the defenders here. Switch out, bounces back in, tries to beat his player, but Queensland catches the ball on a little bit of an intercept and a bit of a bear hug there from the 30s boys.
So Queensland, some ground to make up here. Has to get back on the mark. Running up this left-hand side. Dummy picks it up, moves back into the centre now. Queensland, a little bit of space down there, down the middle there. Going to push out to the right. Good meters gained here by Queensland. Still a touch or two up their sleeve. Extra pass is made. Tries to dive across the line, but just touched in advance. So 5th and last now for Queensland on the line. 2.5 minutes to play here in the first. Kick is through. AFL try swatted out by New South Wales.
God, I love to see how high they can get up in the air there on those AFL kicks. And little bit more excitement back on our live stream at the moment. Nick Chisholm being a bit of a man of the hour here in these 30s games. Big dropout all the way down to the 8 metre. Nick Chisholm stopping it with his foot. Wipes the ball with his shirt a little bit too. Did you see that?
Yeah, just decided to give it a little bit of a dry. We know how wet this ball has been all morning with the dew on the ground, so not a bad idea. Just trying to guarantee that the boys are going to be able to catch it, but every time you play the ball, it's going to get wet anyway. So every little bit counts. Might help. Doubt it, but you never know. As Queensland now continue to rock it up on their 8 metre line, pushing back into the centre field. Chip is through, chase is on, but New South Wales gets there first. So change over here, New South Wales. Still leading 1-0, 90 seconds to play.
Queensland defensively looking strong. New South Wales not really able to shift their defenders yet, but can they get something? They'll put a little kick through. It's kind of what we're used to seeing all day is just rucking to the line and then putting a little kick through. I can't lie, I'm a little over it, to be honest.
Like to see something a little bit different?
Yeah, I want some of the star players we've seen just running something awesome.
Need a bit of Dre Reddy slide action in our men's game coming up next.
Bit of pizzazz, you know?
Can I get a definition on that one as well while we're at it?
Yeah, I'll do some jazz hands while I get the definition out.
New South Wales at the centre of field. Breaks out to the left of screen here. Passes there. Plenty of defenders around, though. And a penalty is going to be called. Jackson on the sideline calling the split.
Not sure why that winger was running the link hole. I think could have run that outside hole, which is the role of that wing, but there was space. There was just two people trying to run through that hole. So Queensland goes for a bit of a subset here.
Halftime hooter sounds. Queensland kicks it through. New South Wales picks it up. They could play it if they want to, but they are more than happy just to run things out and take that halftime siren. It's 1-0 in favour of New South Wales. An impressive first half of action here from them in our men's 30s competition. After going down in game 1, 5-2, they have well and truly come back here in the third match, New South Wales. So let's take a quick breather here for halftime, and we'll be back in just a moment with the deciding half of this men's 30s State of Origin. And back with you here, second half of action about to get underway in the men's 30s State of Origin. 1-0 the score in favour of New South Wales. Queensland yet to get off the mark. Low-ish kickoff here from New South Wales. Queensland take it easy. The sun is shining, the field is drying out. It should be a fairly speedy track at the moment for our later games of the morning. Queensland, straight out of the gate, led a bit of pace and momentum behind them, fumbled by New South Wales. But man, Tali, straight out of the break, Queensland on the attack. They were going hard, and already they have a fresh set of 6 inside the 8.
Yeah, it's important to come out firing. They did that in the first game, especially in that first half, but then they get called for not using the ball, so momentum can change just like that. And New South Wales opportunity now, a bit of a squonky played the ball again, but there must have been a play in the ruck.
Before Sunday, I want a shirt from you that just says Squonky. We need TRL branded shirts that say Squonky. It's our new thing. New South Wales charging down the left-hand side at the moment. Again, moving nice and fast. The sweep was there. They pass it back inside. Touches made from Queensland. 5th and last now. Let's see what New South Wales can do. Kicks through. It's out to the right-hand side. Cleaned up nicely by Queensland. Managed to get outside touchline as well. So Queensland on the attack. Good meters gained here. Incidental contact playing through at the moment. Just over halfway now, the Queensland side. Third touch here. Out to the left. Got speed. Can he get there? No. Touch is made first. Nah, penalty out, unfortunately. Well, not penalty, but out of bounds, unfortunately, for Queensland.
Yeah, I think if he had more space, he might have been away, but he had to straighten his line to keep in the field of play, which he wasn't able to do either. So great defense there by New South Wales. At least we've got some momentum going in this game, but 1-0, 10.5 minutes to go. Love to see something fancy.
New South Wales now just going to continue moving that ball, looking to set up that play and the opportunity. Kicks through early, though. Little bit of space there. Queensland has to dive on it. Line dropout to come. Again, New South Wales just continuing to attack that line. Love that kick out to the wing.
Yeah, this is where New South Wales needs to step up here. Great dropout. Coming with some pace. Magpie on the field. Here we go. Tries to do something fancy at that wing, but Ra had him covered. They've got some depth here. This is where they need a set play. Someone's got to drive hard between two players, gain some momentum. They haven't done it, but they've picked up to go. A little bit of a kick through and a dive on it, but I don't think anyone was able to get there. But it will be a dropout, so potentially Queensland got a hand to it there.
Good line dropout from Queensland as well. Got a bit of distance to it. New South Wales picking it up on their own try line and sprinting it down the field as well. No energy spared there. Getting it back to halfway in the single run.
That's what we like to see. If everyone could be given that, that's what I'd like to see out here.
My knees could never.
Don't complain about knees. Not when I've had 5 knee surgeries, mate. Wrong person to be complaining to.
Yeah, fair. My one doesn't quite compete, unfortunately.
Yep, same thing we've been seeing all game is getting to the line and putting a little kick through and hoping for the best. So
If that Magpie steals that cone, that's funny as. There's a lot of pitch invaders at the moment. Magpies trying to steal cones. New South Wales down the other end of the field, though, moving the ball out to this left-hand wing now. Touch is made, passing through. And penalty here, I believe, just running behind his own player. Was that the call in the end? Yep.
Not only do we have a Queensland-New South Wales matchup, we've also got Magpie versus Magpie matchup down in the in-goal. Might not be on screen at the moment, but here comes Queensland. Brenton Sullivan with the ball, taking the touch. Lucas Stenner trying to set something up, goes down for Lucas. Sweeper is on.
Stenholm kicks it through, tries to get it to the AFL. Couldn't quite get it there. Tapped out by New South Wales. There's two battles on the field at the moment, and not going to lie, the Magpies going at it is quite an interesting one as well. Just the same as the New South Wales v Queensland battle. Line dropout to come from New South Wales. The reverse pass going nowhere near where he wanted it to.
You're good, you're good, you're good.
Queensland a little bit annoyed at how long New South Wales were taking for that line drop out there. It eventually does come. Queensland pick it up at halfway, moving it down the field, back into their centre play. Touch is made, has to get back onto his mark. Lost a little bit of momentum, but here they go again. Stenholm now has to eventually take the touch. Kick through. Queensland can't quite get there. A little bit too much juice on the quick kick, and Queensland still just hunting for that first try of this third match.
Hate to say it, Squonky play the ball. We've really seen some incomplete sets here today, and it's not what you want to see on the live stream. It's not what you want to see in our Elite TRL. So hopefully we can clean that up. It has been a few months to dust the cobwebs off. Queensland trying to break the line. Oh, great defense there from number 7 for New South Wales. Quinn Myhill just getting beat there in the middle by Queensland, and they've dished it out all the way to the winger, but it's been shut down, and that's great shut defense from New South Wales. Queensland will go again out to Brenton Sullivan, covered there by captain Adrian Cush, but Queensland, at least we've got some momentum moving here, tries to put a kick through, bounces off the back heel of Quinn Myhill, which means Queensland get a repeat set on the line. Down by 1, 6 minutes to go. This is their opportunity here. They shouldn't have been...
Space here for Queensland.
Shouldn't be putting a kick through on the first play, especially when they're on the line. I don't think that's a smart move, but they've got that try-line fever, and they have luckily gotten the repeat set, so it will be a dropout. But Queensland need to be a little bit smarter on the line here. If they've got 6 plays, they've got to take them and use them, split that defense, run a set play, rather than just putting that kick through, because you never know what can happen off a kick.
Yeah, Queensland going for guts or glory here. They don't want to get a single-point try. Every single look at the line, they want to put a boot to and try and get the 2-pointer. Except for that, diving touch is phenomenal from New South Wales. It was a great run down the corner there from Queensland, but again, almost every single attack at the line, they're going for that kick. They're looking for the 2-pointer. They don't want to go to a dropout. They want to take it clean.
And this is the team to do it. They've got the likes of their captain, Stenner, and Nick Chisholm just out on that wing. Wow, really stepped out and dove for that line. That's something we see in the NRL. So hopefully we can get some try action for Queensland. Here we go, off the line, needs to put a kick through. No, his winger wasn't there, but unfortunately that winger really needs to stay out on the paint.
I think his winger thought there was another winger and came in to play link as well, so it was sort of right beside him, and it did leave a gaping hole over on that sideline, but unfortunately no one there to actually hunt down that ball and get across the line. So New South Wales now still holding this advantage, 4.5 minutes to play, and looking in a pretty healthy position here to take the championship series, and I think they're going to need it as well. I think most of the other series have been decided in Queensland's favour, so New South Wales are going to want to get one on the board, and the men's 30s look like the team to do it.
Great defense there from Queensland. Just a touch and pass from New South Wales. This is their opportunity here. Queensland really need to get the ball down the other end and profit off something. Got a bit of a subset. They don't have their main team on, but that doesn't matter. They're running with some momentum, driving for each other. That's some great teamwork, taking off the line. we've got some space. The winger is open, 5th and last here. They're going to put a kick through. That's all they've really got. Defensively, though, number 1 shooting out of the line for New South Wales, putting some pressure on for Queensland, and that's exactly how it's done defensively.
Yeah, rough touch there from Queensland. Fresh set of 6 from New South Wales. They've still got a full field to try and move the ball, but every extra touch helps. Just rucking it up the centre of the field at the moment for New South Wales. Just trying to dance around a couple of defenders, gain as many metres as they possibly can. Kicks through early from New South Wales. Picked up by Ra, but line dropout, touched in goal.
Can't do that on the dropout. If it goes over your head, you've just got to leave it and trust that player behind you. You needed some communication there. Queensland, just over 2.5 minutes. Captain Dan Maloney, just with the ball in his hands now, needs to turn something on. The sweeper on, let's go. This is Queensland's opportunity here. Dan takes the ball for himself. He didn't need to put the kick through. It was only first, and they've lost their whole attacking set, and that's not smart play there from Dan Maloney in the captain's position.
Yeah, I think they just need to settle things down a little bit. I know they want to try and get that 2-point try to just walk away with it clean, but first isn't the time to do that. Run some more sets, look for the better opportunities. There were defenders everywhere, so the chances of that kick getting through aren't great. They just need a little bit more patience and look for the better opportunity to try and do that. That kick through. So
yeah, I think both teams just maybe they're expecting the time to have whittled down, but we do have 2 minutes, and that's enough time for both teams to have an attacking set. So Stenner now playing the ball, goes out to Nick Chisholm. We've seen some great work right there. Big sweeper out the other side. Not much happening. They'll probably put a little kick through here. Not much going on.
No, good hold there from Stenholm, though. Like, I much prefer holding that ball and giving opportunity. And exactly right, Tyler. I see there's a big gap here on the left. Queensland hasn't been able to capitalise on it, though. 5th and last now. Now they're going to have to chip it through. Chips there. And grounded in goal. Line dropout. So Queensland, with 90 seconds to play, are going to have another opportunity.
I can hear people calling he's offside, but he can't be offside if he's literally on the line picking the ball up. I'm not sure what player they're talking about there, but
I think it's wishful thinking.
We always love someone yelling out to get him onside, ref. You always hear about it. Brenton Sullivan, a little bit of a bounce there, but he's able to pick it up clean. Queensland's their last opportunity here, probably. They need something strong here. Played between two. Lucas Stenner making some great meters. That's what we like to see. One more...
Oh, here we go. Stenholm out to the wing. Queensland draw it up. Tarley, oh my goodness, 40 seconds to go, and Queensland out to the wing, get the 1-pointer, and we could be going to drop-offs here.
And you know what? That is all owed to Lucas Stenner and his mate getting some just momentum rucking through the middle of the field, and that's exactly what both teams have needed here today. Just driving hard, back to the basics. When all we're doing is rucking and then putting a kick through, they don't see what some strong rucking can really do on the field, but they have clearly then 10 seconds to go. Ooh, hopefully we see a dropout. You know that I love a dropout on the live stream. Drop off, sorry.
Now you're doing it. I've got you saying the wrong kind of drops as well.
Dropped out. We've had so many dropouts on the kicks. It's
we're all squanchy in the commentary booth here, but what squanchy? No, squanchy's from Rick and Morty.
Also, Squonky is from Tigger in Winnie the Pooh. Also says Squonky.
There you go.
Yeah,
I wasn't really much of a Winnie the Pooh guy growing up, but anyway, back to this incredible match we've got in front of us. 1-1 the score. The series is also 1-1, so we're going to have a drop off in our men's 30s State of Origin. It is our first of the live stream, and first for a while, I feel, as well. They don't happen often, but when they do, they're always electrifying. So, Tali, for those that are new initiates to the game, how does a drop-off work?
So drop-off works, we start with 5 players each on the field, so we're already down 1 player, and then every 2 minutes the game when there's a stoppage, we'll drop another player down to 3 is the minimum that they can have on the field, and it is the first team to score. So they don't go to extra time, they just go straight to the drop-off. So yeah, I'm excited. To be honest, I didn't get to see the second game of these men's 30s, but in the first game, and from what we've seen today, Queensland have had a little bit more drive and momentum and a bit more energy out on the field. So I'd like to see, Lucas and Nick and Maloney out there running something fantastic and beautiful across that try line. But also New South Wales have stayed in it. They've won that second game. They've kept the majority they were up by 1 for the majority of that game there. So it's only just that 1 point right at the end where Queensland have come in clutch. So.
And the other important thing to note as well with TRL drop-offs in comparison to some other variants of touch sport is there is no right of reply. It quite literally is just whoever gets the first try gets the victory. So whoever wins the rock off at the start, you really do have the advantage if you're receiving first. Because if you catch that first receipt, go all the way down and get a try, no right of reply, game, set, match. So it really does play into the tactics of how you run things here. But we are about to get underway. It's 5 on the field aside in our first drop-off of the TRL State of Origin 2026.
Yeah, New South Wales with the kick, which means Queensland will have the first attacking advantage. Nick Chisholm's been absolute stellar out here on the live stream so far this morning, making a lot of meters off that first play.
So Queensland down the right-hand side now, just taking those touches. Looking to bring it back into the centre field now. Nice little step. Gained a few extra metres there as well. Queensland jets. Stenholm has to put it down. 5th and last now for Queensland. Kicks through. No one's there. New South Wales cleans it up.
Great defense. New South Wales just really diving on that ball there. So New South Wales have an opportunity now. Myhill with the ball in his hands. They've got some momentum. You can definitely tell they're coming out firing. Turned the heat up. Big pill across 2 plays there from Myhill. Got some momentum here. Few pointing players telling him where to go. Big kick across field. Nick Chisholm picks it up and stays in the field. He's done well there. With 5 players on the field, there's just a lot more space to get things done. So Nick Chisholm going for a sub, which kind of sucks for Queensland. He's one of the players you want to have on the field here, but Captain Dan Maloney, Queensland dummies to no one. The 6th player is not on the field.
Here we go.
Kicks out to Dan Maloney, but New South Wales, the bounce was quite high and he was able to tap it out. But I'm still giggling at that dummy out to no one.
In his defence, he was about halfway down the field as well. So you would assume that on the other half of the field there would be a player. So, I mean, fair enough to dummy out there before realising that he didn't have a player on his wing. But Queensland will get to continue attacking the line here. Opportunity opens up. Space out on the wing. Can he dive around? No, he can't. Touch is made first.
Great touch made there by New South Wales. The momentum's picked up a bit. There's a bit more energy out on the field now, and I love to see it. Queensland dishes back on the inside. A little pop up, but not much happening. You've got to draw 2 players in here. Huda goes, which means it's been 2 minutes. The next stoppage will be a changeover. And that's their 1 person will come off now, meaning it will go down to a 4-on-4.
Yeah, and Queensland, they're not just going to take a player off. They're going to bring on a whole new subset as well, which isn't a bad idea when they have the line dropout. So 4 fresh sets of legs on the field to attack. Let's see what they can do. It is a big advantage for Queensland getting that first possession after just losing a player. Except the ball, is it over halfway?
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it wasn't over halfway.
I'm trying to work out where the line is.
Yeah, Queensland get the ball. It was smart, though. When you've only got 4 players on a dropout, you might be able to get the ball back if you can get it over the halfway line and out the sideline. Sweeper going left. They might be on here. Queensland need to send the ball out to their winger, but New South Wales defended. He's absolutely scourging across the ground. I love the big dive over the top, though, but definitely seeing a bit more pizzazz out on the field, which is exactly what I asked for.
And he's dived at a 110-degree angle as well. It was a great dive, but even better touch from New South Wales to stop that try. Queensland goes over again, but touch was made first.
Wonder how many they've got left here. Must be 3rd or 4th here.
Fresh set.
Fresh set.
I don't know what the penalty was actually for. I saw the referee signal something, but I don't know what it was.
Might have been offside.
Yeah, fresh set for Queensland, and
They're over the line. They just need to get to someone to get it grounded, and Queensland walk away with it. The men's 30s are decided. Queensland are the champions. What a play. They got the fresh set. They found the space, and they went over the line. We'll have a look at it again here, and Tali, just a great play. It was a brilliant fake to get the defender out of position and having to dive to get the touch. They got the advantage of having a man down and took advantage. So Queensland are your men's 30s grand final winners. What a third match.
Yeah, Nick Chisholm there with the safe hands, just switching back in as well. It was unfortunate for one of the New South Wales defenders to kind of go down when he made the touch, and Queensland really profited off that. But Nick Chisholm, what a man. He has had some really great games on the live stream today, and to finish off scoring the final try is absolutely credit to him.
Well, one match more to go, and I don't know if you can top that because that was electrifying. But we do have our men's open round 3 game coming up in just a moment. We're going to try and pull up some information about who won the second game. So stick with us, and we'll be back with our men's open third match of the State of Origin in just a moment.
Coming close to me, flow is on atomic, I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we balling out. Yeah, the coldest of teams, they know what we bring, don't try us. Ain't no in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target in practice. Yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt. Oh, the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
Here, our men's open third match of the series about to get underway, and Natalie is just making her way back as well with, I believe, some information about whether this is a decider or not. And Natalie, what's the sitch?
So in the second game, Queensland also got up, which means Queensland have won both games so far. 6-4 the second game was, which means this is unfortunately not a decider.
Oh, look, it's still going to be an electrifying game, and I'm sure we are going to see a slide or two from the man with the ball right there, Dre Reddy. He's dancing around the field waiting for the touch. It's eventually made. New South Wales early kick through, but just a little bit too much juice on that one, and it trickles out over the dead ball line.
We've been seeing it all day, a ruck down the end and a kick over the line, so hopefully we can see a bit of set plays here from our men's game. Probably the fastest match we've had so far, and number 7 breaks through the line all on his own. New South Wales, what a chase down there, touch made, but great meters made by Queensland.
Nah, I'm not any good at that.
So change over here, New South Wales. Obviously gonna want to walk away with a victory here for a little bit of pride's sake to take the series 2-1. They've had a pretty fast-paced start in this match so far as they push the ball back into the center of the field at the moment. Reddy passes it back off Queensland. Fresh set of 6 just inside halfway. Not a bad scoring opportunity here for New South.
Just outside the 8, which means dummy half can, but not much happening. Dre Reddy and Nate Wood not necessarily working perfectly together in that middle just on that play, but let's see what they can do. Dishes out. Dre Reddy goes for the red rooster here, dives across the line on his own. Referees calling that we've got grounding. I think the defensive line were just a little bit slow. Dre Reddy doing his dance there. He's been waiting for the try on the live stream all day. Here he goes. We love to see it. He's always getting a cheeky laugh out of everyone. So thanks for bringing the vibes, Dre Reddy.
He's always been one of my favourite players. He's just got such a good energy. And yeah, simultaneous, I think it's fair enough. Either that or the Queensland players were offside and never actually made it back. But, I mean, a fantastic dive, a fantastic try, and probably one of the celebrations to talk about as well. Just the little...
Fantastic little dancey dance.
Yeah. It's not your typical celebration, but I quite like it, to be honest.
I thought we might see some try July. I absolutely butchered that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're trying to say, but I mean, it's just another squanch situation.
Squonky.
Squonky, that's the word I was looking for. New South Wales go back-to-back. That is another. They take it to 2-0, and like I said, they're going to want to go out with a win for pride's sake, and so far it's looking like they're going to get that. You just sort of see here, running the ball up, just taking that touch, getting a little bit of extra space, and sliding over the line again for another cheeky one-pointer. They take it 2-0 with about 8 minutes to play here in the first half.
Yeah, Riley Matega-Hongara there with the try. We've seen some of his slam dunks before, and he'll be happy with getting a try on the live stream as well. So New South Wales back-to-back, really buying back into this game here. They've got something to prove to say that they can get a win against this Queensland team. They've got a bit more momentum, bit of space, kicks through, but Queensland pick it up, try and get out of that in goal, but he has unfortunately hurt himself there. A player down. I'm not sure if he's actually had a bad injury. He's just kind of pulled his hamstring or something there.
I think he got landed on. So when New South Wales has sort of come to jump on top of him, it looks like they landed on his leg and just a little bit of an ache there in the ACL by the looks of it. But hopefully not too serious. He doesn't seem to be in too much pain. So hopefully it isn't too bad.
Dre Reddy trying to use the screen time to his advantage, just struck a little pose back there as well. Let's have a look at that replay. Yeah, just...
it's the other leg though, yeah, because I saw the New South Wales player land on his leg, but yeah, it's the other one, so must have just been an awkward fall, unfortunately. But he's just stretching it out on the back of the try line now and not looking too uncomfortable, so hopefully just a niggle and a speedy recovery.
Yeah, he's got some huge quads on him as well, so hopefully that'll keep his muscles all in place there. So, all right, let's go back to the game. New South Wales just past the halfway line. Dre Reddy with the ball. Nate Wood, deadly combo in the middle as well with Riley. Let's see if they can turn something on. They've got nothing to lose out here. Just outside the 8 metre, pills out to the winger, steps back in, and that's what we like to see from New South Wales. Jakai, co-captain here, making a great touch there for Queensland.
AFL try opportunity here for New South Wales. It's not too well positioned, unfortunately, and it's going to bounce in the field of play and then out. So Queensland going to get the tap on the 8. Love the attack from New South Wales at the moment, though. They are really doing a good job of attacking this line and putting up some different kicks. It's not just chipping it through the line. They've had a couple of slides. They've gone for the AFL. You did ask for a little bit of variety, Harley, and I feel like this men's open round 3 match is giving us exactly that.
Yeah, someone's got to turn it on today. Thankfully, the men's doing it for us on the live stream. So we do know that Queensland has taken the first 2 matches of this series, which means they will take that State of Origin win for this competition. Our last game on the live stream today, I believe. But New South Wales got something to prove here, just inside the 8 metre. Reddy takes off, puts a little kick through, chips it back in, and Nathan Ralph picks it up for a line dropout.
Yeah, again, New South Wales, I don't know. I'm really upset we didn't get to see that third match, Tarly, because they're really playing a solid game here in match number 3. They were a little bit lethargic, a little bit slower this morning, couldn't quite piece their offenses together. They obviously switched that up, dominated, did a lot better in game 2. It was 6-4. So it's obviously just been a progressive thing for New South Wales. They've gone from strength to strength. And they're really turning it up here in game 3. So hopefully they can walk away with a 2-1 loss and at least, have that little bit of pride in winning one game.
Yeah, Dre Reddy trying to go through the middle again, but Riley making the touch there for Queensland. Great defense in the middle. It's 2-0, just under 5 minutes to go. Queensland haven't really had too much possession in this second half. Here goes New South Wales again, not played at by Queensland. Dre not happy because it touched his hand. Not sure what the ruling is there. He had his back to the ball, but Queensland throwing the ball straight out there, unfortunately. So, New South Wales got a hand to it, which does mean that Queensland will get the ball back. And Dre ready, probably a forced sub there for yelling at the ref.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know what the ruling is there. If the ball is kicked in your hand and you have absolutely no idea, because obviously it's not played at, but it has hit the hand in comparison to any other part of the body. So, interesting ruling there. I might have to have a chat to Blythe after the game and see what the ruling would technically be. But yeah, a little bit unfortunate for New South Wales, but do have to play through when, yeah, obviously Dre not overtly happy about it and letting them know about it and getting that forced sub. But New South Wales still in the lead with just under 4 to play. Line dropout with some good distance on it. So Queensland making their way up the field now, touched just on halfway on that left-hand side of screen there. And moving it back into the middle of the field of play now, Queensland going between two defenders. And just going to have to bring it back here, Queensland. Not sure what was it tough contact, I think the call is. So penalty, New South Wales, fresh set of 6 here for Queensland.
Tries to flick it out to Jakai on the wing. They seem to have switched their positioning around a little bit for this game, Queensland, which is interesting. Number 10 was playing wing and having an absolute stellar game out there earlier on the live stream. And no, he's gone back out to wing. Jakai just been a bit of a switch around during the play. Big pill out to our winger, number 10. And ball goes down. That will be a try for Queensland. That is his hat trick today. Not sure what happened in game 2, but number 10 been playing a really awesome game.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been doing a really fantastic job. And 10, he's been having a great game this entire series as well. And we just sort of see that long ball out to the wing, nicely taken right on the try line for the grounding. He had a phenomenal game in game 1, and he's doing the same thing here again as well. So we know he has at least 3 tries. Who knows how many he got in that second match.
Declan Ellis having to take the ball back there, losing a bit of momentum for Queensland. Needs to trail his player here. Queensland going for a bit of a run, tries to do a kick really early on. Jakai trying to follow and do the best he can out there. Interesting choices there by Queensland, but they will get a dropout, so they will have the ball back potentially. Great pick up there. Oh, I'm not sure why they've taken it back. I think New South Wales cheering might have tempted the referee to think that he dropped it, but he didn't, not from where I was standing. Declan's asking to go the video ref, and he'd be correct there. A bit of a challenge on that one, but New South Wales get the ball back. We do know Queensland has the series already in the bag, so it is a bit of a low stakes. Riley diving over the line there, waiting for the sideline referee to make a call on that one.
Yeah, just waiting to see what the outcome is. And it looks like Queensland playing the honesty system, no touch was the call. So try time New South Wales. I think the referees came together to discuss whether there was a touch, but Queensland being honest there and just saying, nah, didn't quite make it. And you can see the dive. And yeah, it is relatively obvious, I would say, from that it was a little bit of an air swing. So New South Wales go across the line again. 3-1 now the advantage with 30 seconds to play. One would have to assume that this attack at the line will be the last of the half. So let's see what New South Wales can do with it.
Lots of chat on the field, which I like to hear. New South Wales getting a lot more momentum here. Queensland chasing 4 players into this corner. New South Wales back-to-back tries at the moment. That will take the score to 4-1 just with the last 10 seconds of the game. So New South Wales really dominating here. We'll have a look at that replay. You can see Declan Ellis getting caught up. It forced that winger to have to come in on the link, and New South Wales were able to profit on it on the outside.
Yeah, an incredible third game of the series here for New South Wales. That is half-time. It's a 4-1 lead for the Blues. Queensland are still going to have their kickoff. And New South Wales, let's see whether they decide to attack or whether they just take it. Looks like they're going to try and suck everything they can out of this game. Short kick through. Doesn't really do anything, though, when that is all she wrote here for the first half. Blythe's already blown his whistle. The players are playing on. But half-time, it is 4-1 the score. We're going to take a breather, but stick with us. The second half of action here in our third and final game of the Men's Open State of Origin will be up in just a minute. And back with you here for the second half of action in the Men's Open State of Origin. New South Wales has already lost the series, but they have a point to prove, and they are out here to take this third game of the championship. It's 4-1 the score, and Tully, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Queensland's just going easy, resting up for their World Cup matches a little bit later today, or do you really reckon New South Wales is just absolutely up the ante and are just taking it to them?
To be honest, I think some of these New South Wales players play better. You can see Dre Reddy.
He's just having a ball.
He is, but the thing is, when he's having fun, he plays stronger. And I think they've come into this game knowing that they've lost and just wanting to have a fun time. And then once that pressure's off, they've really lifted and played a really strong game out there. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in this second half. And I'd love to see a compilation video of Dre Reddy with all of his dance moves out there today.
Yeah. Just Dre. New Xbox game coming out next Christmas. And New South Wales go over again. And I think Queensland just completely lost all common sense there, and they had no idea who was defending. And they literally turned and looked at each other as he dives between them. So a little bit of miscommunication there from the Queensland defenders, and New South Wales goes over again. You can just see the communication between the two Queenslanders after the fact, and they well and truly lost him there. So New South Wales go again, 5-1 now the score. Queensland, a little bit of work to do here in the second.
Yeah, and you'll be able to hear the wind through our mics at the moment, just trying to cover them up for you because the weather conditions have definitely changed since their first game this morning. It was wet and dewy out there, and now it is windy. Might just change slightly. Definitely had a little bit more possession of the ball, less drop balls, less squonky play the balls. But New South Wales on the line goes up for an AFL try. The winger gets up. He's tall. He's almost caught it, but unfortunately it is ball down. So Queensland get the ball back as a tap on the 8. Also, this Queensland side, I feel like we've seen less lift here from our two co-captains, Declan and Jakai. I feel like we've been missing their presence out on the field. I think in that first game we saw some strength there from Riley, who was carrying a little bit for our Queensland side. I feel like we've seen a bit less of him, Riley Drayton, in this second match on the live stream. But Queensland trying to run at the line here, a bit of a few step back ins, not much going on. Good depth here from Queensland, though. Can they set something up? They need to use the ball here. Inside the 8, gets touched, sets it up, goes for the line, out to the winger. Good pickup by New South Wales, and they will have the attacking advantage coming into this half.
New South Wales just making their way down the field now, and I thought Blythe had blown his whistle there. I thought that was a penalty of sorts, but no, New South Wales just continuing to push up through the centre now. Dre dancing around the defenders. Quick plays here, dives across the line. I think New South Wales goes again. Already lead 5-1.
Referees are having a bit of a chat about it, but he has blown the whistle. We'll have a look at that replay. Plays the ball, Dre ready, does a little dancing step, picks up. He was dummy half. They must have been just outside the 8 and just dove across to the right-hand side there and put the defender off.
Yeah, no, it was a great dive as well, and great communication by the New South Wales boys as well to recognise, because, yeah, I thought they would have been inside as well. But great recognition from the boys, and 6-1 now the score. New South Wales having a phenomenal third and final game of the series. Queensland a little bit lethargic. Also haven't had much opportunity to play offense. It's been a pretty dominant New South Wales game, about 58% possession.
I disagree with that one. But Queensland do have Jakai and Declan back on. Their two co-captains working together. So hopefully we get to see a bit more of what Queensland can do, especially if they've taken the series out already. Misplay the ball there. I don't think anyone was in the ruck. So this is Queensland's opportunity to come back and show us how they won this series and show us they can get some points on the board. 6-1 here to New South Wales. Declan Ellis trying to take off, but the referee will pull it back.
Yeah, and happy to let them play it again as well. It was just off balance when he played the ball, which normally would trigger a penalty, but just going to let them replay it here. So Queensland on the attack now, heading down this left-hand side of screen. Nice step behind the back pass. Amazing offense here so far by Queensland. Long ball out to the wing. Probably a little bit too ambitious. Couldn't quite get it to his man. But again, Queensland working hard on attack to try and get across the line. But New South Wales going to have a run now themselves.
Riley. Riley Drayton there just putting some work in for Queensland. The little special flick pass, we like to see it. Queensland almost breaking through the line on his own there. Inside the 8, Declan is deep. He's got his co-captain on with him, Jakai. Can they set something up here? Not much going on. Tries to run that outside line. I think one of the Queensland players might have run in the way of the New South Wales player. It'll be interesting to see what the referee calls here. Must have just been a touch. So Queensland, a few sets left on the line. Declan Ellis tries to do a big step, not really fooling anyone, and then throws a big forward pass over the sideline. And I think it will be a touch pass. So New South Wales back with the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and 6 minutes 20 to play here. So New South Wales well and truly in a position here to walk away with Game 3 of this 3-game series. Just got to get in position to play the ball here. And opportunity now for Queensland to hopefully try and step up and get another try on the board. But they're going to need to stop New South Wales from having these attacks up the line.
New South Wales playing well when they're in that relaxed, state. And across the line again, Riley dives, I believe, and throws the ball back, exclaims, "I've definitely got that down." And straight away the referees called it. 7-1. Seems like Queensland have really just kind of taken the foot off a little bit here. They know they've won the series. Riley picking up steps, goes just straight between two players there. They should know better from that defensively in the middle there, especially from their co-captain. So Queensland letting that guard down a little bit here, kind of letting New South Wales run away with it. 7-1, just over 5 minutes to go. It's not what you want to see on a State of Origin live stream, but it's good to see New South Wales getting some points on the board.
Yeah, definitely so. And, also just good for the boys' morale as well. Just Game 3, getting a big victory over Queensland after they've already won the series. And intercepted there by Queensland. Just couldn't keep his handles on it, knocked to the ground. So a fresh set of 6 here for New South Wales. But it's still been fun to watch, and it's fun to see the New South Wales boys having a blast out there as well, just enjoying themselves. And like you said, when they have fun, they just play good TRL, and they go across the line there again as well. So New South Wales really has just ramped everything up here in this third and final game of the series.
I don't know why that try was disallowed, but we'll have a look on the live stream. The combo of Nate Wood, Dre Reddy, Riley going out to that wing. Sideline ref called try, but I'm not sure why it was taken back. Touch kick here from Queensland. They've just tried to send the ball through the line a little bit early, trying to get some points on the board late in this second half. Not much going their way, Queensland. Possession has been majority down New South Wales way. I can hear Dre Reddy's laugh from here.
Just having an absolute blast down there in these last couple of minutes. 4 minutes to play. New South Wales 7-1 still the score. And plenty more time for them still to grab another 1 or 2 in this one as well. They've already had 1 disallowed, so we know that they've got more in them to try and get across the line again. Queensland, though, going to benefit from that drop ball break in the line here from Queensland. Does have to get brought back, though.
Queensland sending it back into the middle, dishing back on their inside. Sweeper play coming around here. There is some space. He'll go on his own and he's across the line. No one near him. Great work there by Queensland. Number 4 scoring the try. We'll have a look at the replay. I think everyone's kind of taking their foot off a little bit here. It's a bit cruisy this game now, but it's nice to see Queensland get some points on the board. I think that sweeper play put off the New South Wales defence. Dre Reddy standing a little still there.
Yeah, and it was a great dive and a great slide as well. He was probably about 30 centimetres out from the line and sort of slid all the way over. So great try from Queensland, just to add 1 more to the tally. 7-2 now the score with just under 3 minutes to play. Deck Ellis is going to put the ball on the shoe early. New South Wales does clean it up, though. Touched early here by Queensland, so New South Wales got a bit of metres to make, but good positioning here for them to try and get another one.
Here goes Dre. He loves that tiny little no-look kick. Tries to go on his own. Winger has dove for him. Hasn't been able to make the touch. Dre's done a little no-look kick again for his inside play to put the ball down.
2-pointer. Dre Reddy setting that up himself. He's chipped it to himself early. Run. We'll have a look here. So that was the first chip. Doesn't get the touch from the winger. Dances around. Self-chips again. Boots it all the way across into the centre. And a 2-point crick try. I mean, it was a quick kick try for New South Wales. And that'll take their advantage now to 9-2.
Yeah, New South Wales really taking the lead away now. We do know that Queensland's won the series, so if you're just tuning into the live stream, you've missed a few matches this morning, but we will be back in your ears on Sunday morning for our World Cup finals. Excited to see what presents itself down at Runaway Bay this weekend. A huge weekend of footy for your entertainment.
With a different generator.
Yeah, hopefully we'll keep that live stream running. New South Wales across the line again. Queensland really just taking a chill pill in that defensive side down there. Let's have a look at that replay. Queensland, New South Wales picking up Nate Wood. Awesome work there and a dive over the line. Queensland pick it straight up and take it to the middle for a kickoff. So 1 minute to go. 10-2 here to New South Wales. They've run away with it, but Queensland will still take the series out.
Yeah, and you can tell they're all still enjoying it out there as well. And both teams sort of happy just to have a little bit of fun out here in this last game. The series has been decided in favour of Queensland. And I think from memory, there's only a 30-minute or 60-minute break between the end of State of Origin and the start of the World Cup. So the boys will be happy just to have a little bit of a fun run, end this one on a positive note before getting redressed in their World Cup colours. So 30 seconds to play. Dre Reddy almost got a line across the line again. They do have to reset, but just for fun, let's see if New South Wales can get 1 more on the line.
Yeah, sweeper play on there, but Declan Ellis read that well. He knows that play was coming. But yeah, we do have a bit of a break between State of Origin and World Cup where you'll see us name our player of the match. So you can check out TRL Instagram to see a lot of those awards, I'm assuming. And also thanks to our sponsor, Gallagher, Emu Sports, EV2, Armstrong Finance Group. And we are brought to you by the Stream team here today.
Clock has hit 0. Queensland going to have one more run at it. Turns on the Jets. Gets through them as well, and there's plenty of space around, so he's just going to have to ground it, unfortunately. Good defense there from New South Wales to prevent the 2-point kick try. He gave it a red-hot crack, but couldn't quite get it. So 10-2 the score now in favour of New South Wales. But you still see, turns on the Jets. The diving touch just couldn't quite make his mark. Queensland had plenty of players around that he could have chipped it to, but good defense there from New South Wales to prevent the 2-pointer.
Yeah, Riley Drayton there. He's done some stellar work there for Queensland in these few games we've seen. So, last play of the day, New South Wales picks it up. It will be actually a touch kick, which means we'll continue to have another play, which is a bit silly from Riley there. But Queensland jogging it back in. Last play of the day. We know Queensland has taken the championship already. Puts a kick up, goes to no one, out on the full, which means we have to have another play. I don't know what the boys are doing here. Bit of a giggle out on the field. It is a bit of a fun one. So New South Wales will have an attempt here. I don't see them just taking it.
No, they're not just going to drop it or take the touch. They're absolutely going to try and get one more. Let's see what they can do here. They get themselves set. It's going to have to be an early kick, I would assume. No, they're going to pass around a little bit. There is a little bit of space. There's the kick. And Deck Ellis, knowing full well that that was coming, was already back there ready to go. There's the touch. And the series, Queensland walk away the victors, even though New South Wales wins game 3 of the series, 10-2. And Tali, what a day of TRL State of Origin we've had. Queensland by far the majority winners here as a whole. I don't have all the final details, unfortunately, because it hasn't been updated online. But off the top of my head, I think Queensland walked away with most of the series.
Yeah, Queensland took away all 4 of our categories. So we can see Queensland took the men's. We had a drop-off in the men's 30s that went to Queensland down to the wire. In the women's, Queensland won the first 2 games, so I'm not sure what happened in that third game over there, but they've still taken out the series. And then in our mixed competition, Queensland had a really convincing 2 wins in that first 2 games. So Queensland across the board, which I think we needed here at TRL after the unfortunate New South Wales situation. Yeah. But thanks for having me, Regan. I'm looking forward to being back here for the World Cup finals, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Tali, for joining me, and thanks to everyone for tuning in and for bearing with us through those technical issues and unfortunately just with the generator situation, but we will get those amended before Sunday. And again, thank you to all of our major sponsors. Again, as I always say, we would not be here if it wasn't for those guys. So Armstrong Finance Group, Emu Sportswear and EB2, the Experience Gold Coast and everyone at the City of Gold Coast, and of course, Gallagher Insurance, Risk Management and Consulting. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We will see you on Sunday morning for the TRL World Cup 2026 Grand Finals. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Another turnover. It's an absolute coach killer out there, unfortunately, at the moment. With our women's game. This is the second game of the day. Still awaiting the results of the first game to see if this is whether New South Wales or Queensland took the win in the first game. But at the moment, it's just a bit of back and forth. We haven't had too many attacks on the line. A few dropouts, though, by Queensland. So at the moment, it's just been New South Wales really attacking that line. Queensland would love to get something on here. Got no winger on. Here comes Chelsea Cummins out to the right-hand side. Quite bunched together there for Queensland. They need to reset their line, get some depth, run some plays, potentially at that link on this left-hand side. Here they go. Sweeper out on the left-hand side. Decides to cut back on the inside, and that is 6 changeover. We can see that that link runner really needs to dart back onto the right-hand side to create the space for the sweeper going out the left. So that is halftime here for our women's State of Origin. Game 2 will be back in your ears in just a moment.
And we are back. I do apologise again, ladies and gentlemen, for consistently losing you there on the live stream. Unfortunately, the internet here at Runaway Bay hasn't been our best friend, and my PC has been struggling to try and push out the live stream consistently. But we have changed to some new technology there in the break. So fingers crossed now. Everything should be good, and we will change everything leading into Sunday now, knowing what it's like. But 0-0, the score, I believe, still. Yes, sorry, I was too busy actually trying to fix the PC issues and the internet problems. But 0-0, what a game this has been. And Tali, I believe you ran over to try and find out who won game 1. Where are we sitting?
So Queensland took out the first game 3-2. It was close. Only 1 point in it. But at the moment, not much going on, to be honest. They're rucking well, getting down to the line. But defensively, both teams kind of holding their line. There hasn't been anything too special out there to split those defenders. So I'd love to see the works of, Chelsea Cummins, Hayley Crotty, getting one of their set plays on in the middle here for Queensland. And even Renee Kropp leading the charge. We've definitely been missing some of our key female players out there to run we've seen some stellar plays in our women's game before. So hopefully this second half can pick up. Also, I'm probably rooting for New South Wales just for this match so that we can have a decider for our women's game. Big kickoff, Hayley Crotty, great hands to get underneath it, and we are underway for our second half.
Yeah, and it is going to be a big game and a big second half of action here in this Women's State of Origin competition. 0-0, still the score with plenty of action to come as Crotty now brings the ball forward. Queensland going to get touched just inside the 8. Space opens up here, kicks through, a little bit too much juice on that one, and it rolls out in front of us. Yeah, no malice in the touch there.
Always big smiles on the girls' faces when they've knocked each other over and just helping each other up.
So New South Wales on the attack now down the middle of the field. A couple of quick touches from Queensland, stopping New South Wales gaining too much momentum up the field.
Kick through there. Queensland have left it, so it's gone dead. They'll have a tap restart on the 8 metre.
So big opportunity for the Queenslanders. Hopefully they can capitalise. Two-handed touch there as well from New South Wales. Just a little bit too over-eager. Penalty in favour of Queensland. So fresh set of 6. Plenty of ground to make up. But Queensland turns it over as well. The dewy grounds still not helping these players out on the field. So New South Wales just behind halfway, getting a fresh set of 6 on the changeover.
Yes, similar to what we've seen in that first half. We can ruck all the way up to the line, and unless it's a little kick being put through, there hasn't been too much going on. Ella McCall, good pick up there, tried to keep her foot outside the 8 metre, but she must have been just inside. So we will have a dropout here from Queensland. We've seen some good kicks so far in our women's match. So New South Wales goes out to that left-hand side, fumbles the ball. What a great dropout over halfway. Something I love to see in our women's match. Just a bit of a fumble there from our winger. So Queensland, this is their opportunity now. They've got some of their key players on. This is where they've got to get a set play and get across the line.
So just outside the 8 metre mark now. Queensland takes a touch just inside, so dummy can't. Pushing over to the right-hand side now. Plenty of defenders around them, though. Touch is made. Thinks about the kick, holds on to it. Good read there. Saw the defense coming. Didn't let it hit her boot. Queensland kicks through now. Off New South Wales' hands. Will have a line dropout.
Yeah, 0 in the middle there. Not quite sure what to do with it, but Ella McCall doing a good job to draw 2 defenders in. Again, not really too much intensity coming from this women's match so far. I'd love to see some just fast-paced drives and run some set plays here, but unfortunately just kind of been the kicking on last or 4th or 5th there. So Queensland needs some momentum here. Rucking at the same players, need to go again and again. V Dang there in the middle. Bit of back and forth from Queensland. This is where the momentum starts to slow down. They'll have some great rucks and then they just kind of go back and forth. Here comes the sweeper. Laura trying to wait for the draw and pass there. There was a hole and a bit of space, but unfortunately not able to profit off that one.
Yeah, it was a good look there from Queensland as well, and it was a good hopeful diving try as well. Catch the ball mid-air and get it down, but just couldn't quite get to it. So unlucky for Queensland. It was a good-looking attack towards the end there, but I agree. There's just a little bit too much back and forth, rucking it up. They really need to start setting up some plays and actually looking for opportunities. Right now, it does look a little bit on both ends of the field as well, that neither team really has those players organised. Kick here from New South Wales ends up in basically being juggled between 2 Queensland players and hitting the deck. So fresh set of 6 now for New South Wales. Let's see if they can set up a play and try and break apart this Queensland defense.
Kimmy Elsk, one of our elite TRL players, needs to kind of lead this team here. Bit of quick passes, but again, Queensland's defense looking strong. A limping New South Wales players, never what you want to see, but Kimmy Elsk dishes off. Someone needs to draw 2 players and go down for her. Laura Chisholm with a great diving touch made there. A few players on the deck. And you might be able to hear the winds through these mics as well. Field is a bit more dry now, but also the flags at the back, you'll see the wind has picked up a little bit just in the last few minutes. That might be impacting their game. Kimmy Elsk taking off for New South Wales. 3 Queensland defenders there. Tash from Queensland doing a good job at drawing out to touch that winger. Fifth and last here. They'll go for a kick.
Intercepted by Queensland. Can she go on the run? No. Quick touch there from New South Wales. Queensland pushing out to the wing now. Touch is made on the wing. Subsets for Queensland. Fresh legs out on the field. Good meters gained here. Ball pushing back towards the centre of field now. Touch is made. Crotty, dummy half, picks it up, looks for the pass to the right. Another one made. Fourth here, about 10 metres out. Crotty kicks it through. No space there from the New South Wales defenders, so they get the changeover.
Great pick up there by Julia Riley, but Queensland had some good momentum, but unfortunately Chelsea Cummins just, you could see she was a bit disappointed. She wanted to go down for Crotty so she could pick up and go. But maybe on the next set, they've got their key players on. Renee Kropp with a big kick on fifth and last. Queensland trying to shut it down, kind of bounces back in, but Queensland picks it up.
So Queensland now going to have another run at the line. We're under 5 minutes to play, still locked at 0-all. In match number 2, we can have a draw as well. So if it does end 0-all, that's absolutely fine. We don't play drop-offs or anything until the third and final match. Queensland kick through New South Wales all over it. Touch is made. Quick play from New South Wales. Queensland back on side. Second touch as well. New South Wales turning on the Jets. Good meters gained here down the middle of the field. Going to keep going through. Extra pass. Touch is made. 2 Queensland defenders need to get back. Thought about the kick there. New South Wales is through the gap. No one. Queensland looks like they've called the touch. The call is made from the sideline official. Actually, I don't even think it was a touch. I think it was a forward pass that they're calling for. We'll have a look again here, and not that one. I think. Oh, that must have been the forward pass there. Yeah, you could see. Not on the screen, but live here, you could see the referee out to the left-hand side of screen calling for that penalty. So, good pick up there. Queensland all across it, and what a try-saving play that ended up being. Captain
Courtney Lockwood, first thing she does is look out to the sideline ref and point at him. She knows exactly what's up. Not going to let anyone through her defensive line. So, New South Wales, a bit of a drop ball there. We haven't had the best success rates in complete sets. If I had to make some statistics up in my head, we've had about 2 complete sets out of 13 for Queensland. That's what it feels like out here. But Chelsea Cummins, Laura Chisholm get a bit of a quick ruck on here. Zira in the middle calling something. Ella McCall dummies out to the wing. This is where Queensland need to profit. We've lost a little bit of momentum there. Someone needs to drive between 2 players and go down. Sweeper on. Chelsea goes back in the other direction. It's a good kick. New South Wales have touched it in the in goal, so it will be a dropout. Great repeat set and decision-making there by Chelsea Cummins.
Yeah, and a good opportunity to attack the line again, Queensland, and hopefully wear down the New South Wales defenders a little bit and look for that opportunity. Line dropout from New South Wales lands around about halfway here and actually gains a little bit more momentum than that as well, just sliding off the wet grass. Under 3 minutes to play here. Tough touch made. Fresh set of 6 here for Queensland.
I like the depth that I see in this Queensland side right now. This is the subset that is on that needs to run hard. Hayley Crotty running hard, building momentum. Ella McCall goes for the sweep. Laura Chisholm drives, goes down. This is where Hayley Crotty...
That's about 9 miles off the mark.
They had the momentum. Come on, girls.
Yeah, unlucky there for Queensland. I think it was a combination of being... Yeah, about 3 steps over the mark, but also just fumbling the ball on the play of the ball as well. So a little bit unlucky, and like you said, Queensland's set completion hasn't been real great this match, unfortunately.
Yeah, both sides' set completion has not really been there. Disappointing to see from the girls, but you can clearly tell some of our elite players are missing from these 2 sides.
Ball down at New South Wales, so Queensland going to have another opportunity where 90 seconds to play, still locked at 0-all, and the game can end 0-all. It'll become a 1-draw series, meaning New South Wales must win Game 3 to push it to a dropout, or Queensland could take the series with a win in that third and final match. So
drop off?
Drop off? What did I say? Drop out? Ah, look, I mean, it has been the day for drop-related things, whether it be offs or outs. Queensland, though, might seal the deal there. Referee's going to look across. No one has anything. Queensland
in the dying minute of this game get a try, and they may take the series with them as well. We'll have a look at it again here, and this is the set that Queensland needed. Great play of the ball, quick pickup, got her on the wrong foot, got through, second kick and a grounding as well. Simultaneous was the call from the officials, so the grounding counts. It'll be 2-point kick try, or is simultaneous make it 1? I can't actually remember.
What's simultaneous? The touch on the player.
Yeah, the grounding and the touch behind as well. Does that
if
still
it's
make
a kick, I think it's just grounding. I don't think it's a...
Yeah,
it doesn't matter whether the defender has touched the player if they're just grounding the ball, because if they don't have possession of the ball, it doesn't count as a touch, I believe.
Yeah,
that's
beautiful.
my understanding there. But so it should be a 2-point Queensland lead. It was good to see some momentum and both players running onto the ball there. V-Dang pointing where she wants the ball to be played. Courtney Lockwood picks up again, tries to do it, deflected off a bit of a boot there. So New South Wales have got to get a full field runaway in the next 4 seconds if they want to come back into this match.
Well, yeah, and that is the final siren as well, so they will really have to try and make some miracle happen here. Queensland realistically can just pick up the ball and drop it, and it'll round it out. And in fact, they'll just take the touch. That seals the deal. The Queensland women take the series in the 2026 State of Origin 2-0. And Talia, it was a bit of an all-over-there match, but with a minute to play, Queensland ended up getting there.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It is a little bit disappointing to see the women's game kind of just rucking down one end and putting a kick through. Didn't quite see the likes of some of our superstar players getting momentum and running those sets.